In this part of the video, we have already established the beginning stages, so introduction as well as rapport and the confidentiality. So in this part of the video, we will be discussing goals, action plans, and evaluating and assessing the situation further and linking possible resources for the client. So, welcome back, Mr. Bacon, and how are you doing this afternoon?
Pretty good.
Okay. Now, I've already talked with your wife, and I've already talked to Kevin, and I just want to talk some more and get some more clarification about some things. So, your wife mentioned that she does, all of the chores and the housework, and she does the cooking and the cleaning, and she's the main source of providing for Kevin and the income for Kevin. So could you explain some more about what you do for work and how you contribute?
Well, her income is my income, so I don't know how she's provided income for Kevin. She sells candles online.
Okay.
I go out, I find the jobs. I'm working on a construction site for a couple months. Before that, I worked with a real good lawn crew for a couple years, but things fell through the cracks with insurance and such. So, been doing this for a couple months.
Okay. So I really just wanted to establish some goals within this session. And I wanted to come up with a good game plan for the future. So what are you really wanting out of this situation? Are you wanting, the custody of Kevin? Or, with what I'm saying about your wife and how she sees things, do you want to let her have the custody? Because when I talk to Kevin, it does seem like Kevin is closer to your wife, Mrs. Bacon. And, she picks him up from school and she helps with the homework. And while he says that he, spends good quality time with you with football, he says that you play a lot of video games and stuff.
I wouldn't say a lot.
Okay, how much would you say?
A little more than I should.
So,
am I on trial here?
No, I promise you. I know it seems like you're on trial, but I do have to get the full.
No, ma'am, you're just doing your job. It's okay.
But I have to make sure that I give the judge, all of the information from all points of view. So I do have to clarify, from what you say, your wife says, and Kevin.
All right.
So, how often do you spend good quality time with Kevin, not just playing football?
I try to, every night at least. I work long, odd hours, so that's the only reason why my wife gets to be closer to him. Because she gets to take care of him. I miss those moments. It sucks. It does. I understand why he's closer to her. I ain't mad about that. But, I do agree she is the sole provider. But I can still be the provider and caregiver he needs if we split this 50-50.
Okay. And with that being said, what type of scenario are you wanting for splitting it 50-50 or splitting it 60-40 or however the judge seems fit?
I say, like week here, week there.
So like 1 week on, 1 week off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And how would you get Kevin to school? Because I'm assuming, you still want your wife to move out of the trailer. Mm-hmm. So, does she have the vehicle? Because I know you have one vehicle between the two of y'all.
Well, I've been looking into finally fixing up my other vehicle.
Okay. What type of vehicle is that?
It's an old Tacoma.
Okay.
My granddaddy had it, and it just needs new belt, a couple whistles, that's all.
Gotcha. Okay. Now, I do need to assess you to make sure you have no suicidal thoughts.
No,
And
ma'am, only when the 69ers lose the game.
gotcha. Only when the 69ers lose their game. Okay?
Mhm.
And I also want to make sure that you're not a threat to Kevin. So, how often do you drink? How often do you smoke, or do you do either of those?
Ma'am.
I know. I know this seems like you're on trial, but I promise you, this is coming from a good place.
No, again, you're just doing your job. I'll tell you. I only drink when I'm at the bar. I only drink crazy when I'm at the bar. I have a beer here and there at the house, a little whiskey. Nothing bad. A swig of moonshine here and there. I don't smoke no more. But I do a little dipping more than I should. But I ain't ever gonna do nothing to hurt Kevin. I'm more of a sloppy drunk than a mean drunk.
Okay.
To be honest.
And when you go out to the bar, do you go out with friends? Do you go out just by yourself?
With friends.
Okay.
Sweetie, I live on a dirt road. Everybody knows everybody.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got friends and we go out.
Gotcha. Does Kevin ever see you when you're drunk?
Here and there, but it ain't bad.
Okay. And what is his opinion on it?
He ain't told me.
Okay.
I hope it's a good one.
When I did talk to Kevin, did mention, sometimes you come home and you're not very, he didn't use this word, but coherent, because he couldn't really verbally say the word. He didn't understand why you were the way that you were.
He'll understand when he's a man and he gets a job.
Okay.
Or not. He can be whatever he wants to be. If you don't want to drink.
I do feel that it would be beneficial for you and Kevin and you and your wife to have some therapy to further talk about your feelings and talk about the situation, because I do feel like Kevin needs some clarification, some reassurance. He needs to feel loved, and while he does feel loved, on both aspects, he feels that this divorce is his fault. So, furthering explain that this is not his fault. He's not the reason y'all are getting a divorce. Things like that. And I do want to get him into maybe some more activities to kind of get him out there, because, since y'all have started the divorce proceedings, it seems like Kevin has pulled back from things.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's not hanging out with friends. He's not playing the football or, any other sports that y'all have him in. So I do feel like, we need to address some issues there as well.
Well, I am thinking about Boy Scouts.
Okay.
I think he'd like that.
And would you do that with him or just by himself?
I'd let him do it by himself. My daddy let me do it by myself.
Okay.
I think a kid needs to fall on their face to learn how to get up.
Okay. Okay. Now, when I talk with the judge, I will, relay all the information that you have given me from both sessions, as well as my recommendation, as well as the action plan that we have discussed, with therapy, getting Kevin involved in more activities outside of the home, and, really discussing what we feel is best for Kevin.
Mm.
Now, I do want to see Kevin in the home around you and around your wife and see how he interacts. So I do want to do some play therapy, which I think would be very beneficial for Kevin, as well as, seeing how y'all act in the home itself. So that would be both you and your wife and Kevin all together, and I want to see how he reacts and how he acts around both of y'all.
Okay.
Would you be comfortable with that?
Whatever helps you.
Okay. Well, I wanted to thank you for coming back out today, and I wanted you to know that, this will be discussed in further detail, and I will inform you every step of the way as much as I can. But I wanted to thank you for coming out today. I
Yes,
hope you
ma'am.
have
Thank
a
you.
good rest of your day.
You too, ma'am. You have a good one.
You too.